Hey there, it's Michelle. It's raining again, so I'm inside tonight and decided to do another video since I have a little time. I'm going to get into the new supply topic a little bit because it is quite lengthy. And just want to, say that today, well, tomorrow actually, I have 2 job interviews back to back after work. So tomorrow's going to be interesting. I think today will probably be the last day that I get to, just have one job. It's been sort of a slow week with just one job, which has been kind of nice for me to be able to slow down just for a little while. It has been nice, even though I know I need to get out here and make some more money. So after working, multiple jobs for the past, 7 years or so, and then juggling a narcissist in my spare time for the past 3 years, and being manipulated and lied to and cheated on and sleep deprived, and every boundary I have was pushed, and I was insulted and idealized and devalued and discarded multiple times, and left mind fucked, and my body was fucked, and my soul was fucked. I do these videos to try to relate to other people who might be going through the same thing, and possibly help them in their situation get through it alone like I did. I couldn't afford therapy, so I just, I had self-therapy. I've educated myself just by, studying narcissism a little bit, watching a lot of YouTube videos, just joining Facebook groups, talking with other people that have been through the same experiences. You have to talk your way through it, Finally, I'm feeling better and, able to I just want to expose people like this. I really do. I just want to get it out there, and give people the red flags, and hopefully it'll help somebody. If you're feeling really bad on the inside from somebody that's coming into your life that's supposed to be special, then you need to get away. It shouldn't be that way. And not only that, narcissism is everywhere these days. It's an epidemic. To me, it seems like, especially in the dating world. I found myself, single after, about 38, 39 years old for the first time in my adult life. So, might as well say I found myself single at 40, after having 2 long-term relationships. One being 6 years and the other being 15. And even back in high school, I had a high school boyfriend. So really, I've never, been single until I turned 40. And both of those relationships I was in before I met the narcissist, they were unhealthy. And that makes you want to examine yourself all the more because, you're like, okay, this is the 3rd failure. And, and I'm 40 now, or I'm in my 40s now. So, you do some self-examining. I believe I was in a relationship with a borderline personality disordered individual before the narcissist, the one for 15 years. Now, they are capable of loving you, and you can have a loving relationship with the borderline. They don't need people, they don't use people, they don't manipulate people, but they have a lot of other issues that are very hard to live with. And I'm going to get into that on a video too, because it's very interesting as well. But, back to the narcissism. Like I said, it seems to be an epidemic. I have a mosquito in here. I hate that. I'm sorry. There's just so much rain. It's just so wet here. It will not stop raining. We are getting flooded around here. So the mosquitoes are bad. I have one in the house. But yeah, so the narcissism and the new supplies and the old supplies, I think I mentioned the supply being their attention. That's what they feed on. They have to have it. They have to have people in their lives that they get supply from. Mainly their girlfriend being the main supply. Family members, people that they interact with every day, they have to have that supply. They have to be praised by, people. They have to feel godlike. And they will do anything, say anything, steal anything, go anywhere to get it. They'll do anything to get it. So, and that makes it all the more interesting as well. So yeah, when the narcissist sort of moves into your life and they start love bombing you, and you think this person is really into you and that they possibly love you and care about you, they really don't. They're not capable of love. They're just infatuated with all the newness, because they go from one to the next to the next. Like I said, they get bored. They have to have something new. It's a rush for them. It's like a drug. So they have to conform themselves. They have to transition. They have to transition into different people to appeal to people, to keep people in their lives. You know, they have to have all these people constantly. So they have to transform themselves. Like, I remember him telling me, you know, because he would tell me about his old girlfriends and things. That's how I know that he went from so many, one to the next, to the next, to the next, because he would say, you know, I dated this girl one time and she didn't cuss, you know, so it's like, well, why would you date somebody that doesn't cuss when, you know, you're straight up out of prison, you've cussed your entire life, and that's just not your kind of lifestyle. You know, a professional person who really didn't cuss much, you know, probably led a really clean life, and he's trying to transform and adapt to her and date her, you know, and not cuss and put this big act on. That's what they do. It just depends on who you are and what they have to do to transition into somebody that you think is suitable for you. They will study you. They will study you. I called him studying me when he first met me. I would have friends over and he would be here, and he would just really, I would catch him just really into our conversations, and especially listening to what I had to say about my likes, dislikes, my relationships, my ex, you know, just all kinds of things. So I could feel him studying me. They stare. They study at other people as well. When you're out in public, you get to noticing that, and you're like, I wonder what they're staring at. They're studying people. And I think they have to study people, actually. And they study television a lot. He would, when we watch TV or a movie, that would be reality to him. That's the only time I would see the man have any empathy for anybody, is over a stupid movie. If somebody got killed that he liked or something, he would be like, oh, that's awful. But, you know, in reality, he wouldn't say that about anybody. It's just it's an act. Narcissists are actors. I mean, they can transform into anybody you want them to be. They can turn it on and off like a light switch. And that's what they do. That's another thing around his parents. You know, he wouldn't cuss. And it's not out of respect. He's a whole different individual around them. Okay? Basically. That's what they do. So, you know, once they study you, they transition. They conform into what they think that you're looking for. They're not there because they want to be with you necessarily, not because they're into you necessarily. It's what they can get from you. You know, if it's the sex they want, well, then they're just going to get that. You know, it could be a combination of sex and money, or it could be just money, or it could be your home, that they want to use your home. It could be you're a business prospect. It could be just you're a trophy for them to show off, you know, to their friends. It could be anything that they think will better them that they can get from you. In my case, it was just sex in my house, because I don't have any money. If I had money, that would have been a huge plus for him, let me tell you. So I think, you know, and he's gone on to a new supply, you know, and I don't know a lot about her, but I do know this much. We went to the same high school. We're the same age. She lives 2 streets away from me, maybe 5 minutes away. Our names start with the same letter. I mean, I think he may even have found her through my Facebook friends. We had so many mutual Facebook friends. You know, we weren't actual friends on Facebook, and I don't really remember her from high school, but we went to high school together, and she lives 5 minutes away from me. So this is the new supply. And the thing is, you know, I never went looking at his social media after, you know, I was left with the trauma, the nightmares, the anxiety, the panic attacks, you know, my mind being fucked, my body being fucked, you know, my soul, my bank account, everything fucked, okay? So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to get through that. And then when you're seeing this person out with the new supply and it hasn't really been that long, it can be kind of traumatic. It triggers you. It triggers that anxiety. I saw them at Walmart, you know, a couple of months after we had broken up. And he, you know, he had tried to come back and use me for sex, of course, a couple of times. I got a new set of tires from him trying to get sex from me. I tricked his damn ass to get the tires. He thought he was going to get the sex, but he never did. I got me some new tires. Anyway, I see them at Walmart. They're checking out, you know, and things just start flying out of my mouth. It was just uncontrollable. You know, I really don't even know what all I said, but it got their attention to where they both, she, you know, turned around and looked at me, and he turned around completely, looked me up and down, grabbed his bags, and got the hell out of there as fast as he could go. Now, you know, I didn't plan on this. This is just, you know, what I'm saying. You can be triggered because you're in this state that they leave you in. And even if you don't look at their social media, you're liable to see them out. So, just saying. And it wasn't long after that, you know, I think I contacted her at the time because I was so emotional. It hadn't been that long since we'd broken up, you know. I just saw my replacement at Walmart right here in front of my face. So I contacted her, and I had a lot to say, and I wasn't mean about it. I didn't want to come off as crazy. And I wouldn't recommend contacting the new supply because you do, even if you don't want to come off as crazy and you try to be nice, they don't understand what's going on. All they know is that, you know, they're being love bombed by this person. They don't know much about you. They don't know the situation. And, you know, they're being treated like a queen, and they're not really going to listen to what you have to say. They don't care. It doesn't matter. So you're just wasting your time. No matter how emotional you get, you're just going to be wasting your time. It's best to just let them see for themselves, and I'm going to tell you why. It wasn't long after that, you know, I had warned her. I was emotional, saw her at the Walmart. I PM'd her on Facebook, I think, and we had our little conversation. I warned her about all the stuff that he had done to me, and you know, and she was like, you know, she kind of thanked me at the end, and, you know, because it was some serious things. I'm not going to get into exactly what we talked about, but it was some serious things, and I just thought she needed to know. So that was the end of that. She sort of thanked me, and, you know, and I had to just leave it at that because I didn't want to be the crazy ex. You know, I had to calm down, control my emotions. That's another thing I've learned to do. Don't act on your emotions. You know, let your mind control your emotions. Completely think before you act, because it's very important, especially when you're dealing with a narcissist. They go completely off of emotion. So, you know, some time had passed, and, you know, here I'm going through the nightmares, the anxiety, wanting to reach out to the narcissist. Even though he has this girlfriend, you know, it's just, I'm going through all these things. And I think I even reached out to him, and they must have been broken up at the time, because he decided, you know, to take advantage of this, even though I don't know if he was with her, with another lady, or whatever. He had claimed that he was in an open relationship at this time. And, you know, he weaseled his way over to use me one more time and to hurt me to the max, you know. he left and told me, this is going to be the last time you ever see me because I'm in this relationship. It's open. This is what I want. I never loved you. I'm just here, you know, to do you one last time, one favor for the last time. You know, and it was all just to hurt me, and it was very hurtful. And when he told me that this was going to be it, he wasn't going to be back, you weren't going to see him again, you know, it was kind of devastating because I still had feelings for him and I was reaching out to him. So, you know, I had to accept it all. And I did. He told me he wasn't going to be back, and that was the last time that I was going to see him. And I said, okay. And I knew in my mind it was going to be 2 months later. 2 months later, he's texting me, testing me. You know, my phone is still on. He's still paying for my phone at this time. He's been in these other relationships. I don't know if it's plural, if it's one. I know of one for sure. So, you know, he kept paying for my phone for like 6 months after we broke up. And it was just to keep that string, just to keep that possibility out there. It wasn't because he wanted to be nice. It's control. Because, you know, I would get a text, you know, you're using way too much of my data. Can you slow down on my data? I mean, who gives a shit? You know, you shouldn't even have the damn phone on. I'm going to use the shit out of your data. Hell yeah, I'm going to use it all. So, you know, then he's texting me, well, I can, you know, help you out. You just need a massage, you know, and you need my cock and all this because, you know, he is a god, just offered himself up like a god to give me a massage and all this. So then I contact the new supply again, and I send her the text that he's sending me. And, you know, and I'm just telling her, you know, you need to keep your dog on a tighter leash because the dog's not allowed back through my door. We discussed it last time he was here. So, and then she proceeds to tell me about how they've broken up 4 times in 4 months, and this has been such a roller coaster ride. And, you know, we've compared notes all the way down to, you know, he's made 3 house keys, took it upon himself to do the same thing at her house with the house keys. He shows up unannounced all the time. They're shopping at the same places we went. They're eating at the same restaurants he took me. It's all the same. It's just a different person. Okay? I send her the text. He's clearly asking me for sex, you know, offering himself up like a god. She sends the text to him, and my phone gets shut off 10 minutes later. Imagine that. So, you know, that's how I went out. Completely out. You know, for good. Haven't really, you know, things got really ugly then with a lot of stuff between the narcissist and I, so he hasn't hoovered me since then, since the phone got shut off. So hopefully that'll be the last of that. But, you know, that's all I needed to know was that they had broken up 4 times in 4 months. It screams dysfunction. They can't have a relationship of any kind. And she even sent me the text that he was sending her, and it sounded like a totally different person. It just didn't even sound like the way he texted or the way he would communicate with someone. It was just totally, totally different. So that just goes to show you. And, you know, they'll send you a text. I got one. Do those fit? I'm like, what are you talking? Oh, sorry, wrong person. Just beware. I knew right away it was just a test. He didn't text the wrong person. He's just texting me to see what my demeanor was going to be. And right away, he had mentioned that I still sounded angry. And that's another thing I'm going to get into another video about anger. Anger is a big, 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 big part. You have to get angry to get these people out of your life and to stay away from them. Okay, and, you know, there's the revenge. You want to seek revenge. That's another video that I need to make. There's a lot. And I'm running out of time now. I didn't even get through everything I want to discuss with the new supply. You know, like I said, they broke up 4 times, 4 months. She didn't want to hear anything I had to say. It didn't matter what I had to say. And, you know, the narcissists, after this nastiness and everything, the phone getting cut off and everything, I just want to say, too, that they will stalk you on social media. I had to block six Instagram accounts from this man. Okay, and he purposely put some on there of them two kissing. That was his little profile picture. You know, they do this on purpose to hurt you. You don't even have to go look for their social media. You can just get on yours. It'll be under people you may know or whatever. Then you know, and you see 6 different accounts with the same, things that he would use on his accounts, and they're all, Mark Stang, Mark A, Mark this, it was just obvious who it was. So I'm just saying that too. You really have to, you should really just change everything after a narcissist. So, I explained the text and everything, and they got back together the next day. So, I mean, all of that just really didn't matter. Like I said, he had the pictures up on Instagram of them kissing, and, just they're so happy. And this is all the next day after all this stuff goes down. So, she had the evidence right there before, and it just doesn't matter. So I'm just saying it's not a good idea to contact the new supply. Not a really good idea to contact the old supply. Just let them find out for themselves. Actually, it's best that way. So I'm going to wrap it up with that. I've got some more interesting videos, more topics to talk about. So y'all have a good night. Bye.